Thank you so much for being with us. I know it's early for you, but talk to me about Saturday night. Why is this a must-watch?
This is a must-watch because you have one guy that wants to prove to the world that he's able to jump weight classes and be up there with the likes of a Sugar Ray Leonard, like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Roy Jones, and so many others that have jumped different weight classes and tested their skills. This is a must-see because, both guys are relentless. One guy, power puncher, heavy hitter. Another guy would never quit and come straight ahead with the will to win. So when you got two guys like this and both with that killer attitude, it's going to be a great fight.
He's the most exciting because he is vulnerable, because he's not unbeatable. He's got crazy fast twitchies. He can box, but he's so aggressive and he's vulnerable enough to counters that it's actually excitement.
Floyd Mayweather and Max Kellerman talked about the most anticipated fight of 2026. Floyd favored Shakur as the better boxer, highlighting Stevenson's top-level defense, high ring intelligence, and well-rounded abilities, and described him as the standout fighter in his division.
You got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
At the same time, Max Kellerman questioned Shakur Stevenson, noting that he is physically smaller than many fighters in the division and is not recognized for having significant knockout power.
Belt holder, but he's the naturally smaller guy moving up. He's not a big...
Kellerman argued that Teofimo Lopez is more entertaining than Shakur due to his explosive approach and unpredictable nature. He also said that the fact Shakur Stevenson has the ability to defeat him only makes Lopez an even more exciting fighter to watch.
There's a chance the other guy can win, and that makes it even more exciting, to say nothing of the pace he sets, the level of action, the level of bombs that are thrown as he fights better opposition, the number that will be coming back at him. Yeah, he's guaranteed thrills.
Co-host Stephen A. Smith also pushed back against Floyd Mayweather's selection. He pointed to Lopez's standout showing against Vasyl Lomachenko and stated that Teofimo Lopez would be his pick in a fight versus Shakur Stevenson.
He's a champion. He's got a lot of heart. I respect where you're coming from with him because he's up there. But when I think about Lopez and what we saw against Lomachenko, we saw his boxing ability, we saw his elusivity, and we know what he's got in terms of power in both hands, and he comes forward. It ain't like he backs up. He stalks you too, and he comes to finish you. When I think about Tyson comparisons, when I think about knockout power, when I think about excitement, when I think about those things, I think about Teofimo Lopez. That would be my choice.
Kellerman asked Floyd Mayweather to explain why he thinks Shakur Stevenson resonates more with fans. He questioned what it is about Shakur that draws greater audience support compared to Teofimo Lopez.
You think he's been able to connect with a crowd because he draws real crowds when he fights. That's hard to do in boxing. He gets announced at Ravens games and he gets a big ovation, right? And now he's already fighting on pay-per-view.
His aura, people like him. At Main Street, he got a boyish look. He's very marketable. As far as when you look at him, he's marketable. But when the bell rings, he's a killer. And that's what people want.
In an interview with Max Kellerman, Teofimo Lopez said he is completely prepared to face Shakur Stevenson. He voiced strong confidence in his training, strength, and game plan, stressing that he is driven and excited to showcase himself in this high-stakes bout.
With this type of fight and this type of magnitude of a fight, I have everything and all the attributes to beat this guy. This is great, man. This is great for the sport. We're both going to come into a 16 fight, and this right now is...
While talking about a potential fight with Shakur Stevenson, Lopez said he embraces the contrast in styles. He pointed to his aggressive, power-based offense against Shakur's technical defensive excellence, describing it as an exciting challenge.
Are a big lightweight compared to him, but you like to mix it up. It's not like you have the longest reach and like to box from outside. You like to fight. How do you see this as a matchup of styles?
Style-wise and everything, I know, you know, they call them high-tech. They do all those things like that, but I'm the type of fighter that I'll bring it to you. I'll bring the fight to you. And, you know,
Floyd Mayweather has consistently admired Shakur Stevenson's abilities, commending his technique, defense, and ring intelligence. He even mentioned that he would have liked to bring Shakur under his promotional banner.
Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, I mean, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking, can he fight the best? I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level and give him the fights that he want, and make the fights happen.
Showing that same confidence, Stevenson stays composed during pre-fight interviews, stressing that his intention isn't merely to make claims or build hype. He wants to put on a solid performance, protect his titles efficiently, and demonstrate his abilities clearly in the ring.
See you. A lot of talk about this fight with Teofimo Lopez, but the main thing is, what are you expected to see from Teofimo Lopez? Anything you haven't seen before from him?
Nah, he the truth. I understand what I'm getting myself into. I know that he's a great fighter. I believe that I'm the better fighter. So at the end of the day, come January 31st, we're going to find out.
A lot of people, when they talk about their opponents, look to disparage them. You don't want to do that. You just call them the truth. You respect him as a fighter. What do you expect about him?
At the end of the day, I'm an honest fighter. I sit down, I watch, and I see who's good and who's not. And when I watch him, I think he's a great fighter. So me being honest with you, that's all cool. But at the end of the day, once again, I will come out victorious.
Big narratives surrounding the last fight with the whole Tom and Jerry aspect of it. We're expecting to see you stand in front of Teofimo Lopez. And
I can't tell y'all how I'm going to fight. Why would I tell you? If I tell you, that means I'm telling him. So at the end of the day, it'll be a surprise for him, and just come in on fight night and I'll be ready.
Okay, who else?
This is Johnny Boy. What do you do better than Tio?
I'm the better fighter.
Molly Scott analyzed Shakur's approach and recommended that Teofimo Lopez steer clear of engaging with Stevenson's defensive advantages. He encouraged Teo to concentrate on asserting his own game instead of getting drawn into excessively technical exchanges that benefit Shakur.
Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. And right now I'm going to break down what Shakur does very well, but also what Teo needs to avoid, and why this has all the makings of being an all-time great fight. We're just going to start with the southpaw jab in the lab from my perspective in full detail. Shakur has one of the best jabs in the business, in my opinion, especially from a southpaw standpoint, because what he do as fighters has this rocky, back and forth place before they about to do offense. Shakur always catches it and hit you with the beautiful jab right there. He has a great measure of distance with it. And like I said, he has good timing with it because he catch when a guy wants to attack, you're rocking, you want to be front foot heavy, and the jab get there every time. He catches guys the minute that they want to attack from their front foot, and he stopped their momentum with that very quick, snappy jab from a southpaw standpoint. This is something that Teo have to avoid, that quick jab. As you can see here, when Teo was going against Ortiz, he fighting the southpaw with your lead hand down. That's a tragedy. Why is it a tragedy? Because you're closer to their lead hand. And don't forget, guys, I just told you, Shakur has a very, very good jab. So that means Teo lead hand down, going into offense against Shakur, going with his lead hand down, he's open for the jab. And we all know that's one of Shakur's best.
According to numerous boxing experts, the Stevenson versus Lopez fight is an exhilarating matchup that fans have eagerly anticipated. Although the contrasting styles suggest an exciting battle, the promotion hasn't lived up to its importance.
Your thoughts on the fight next Saturday with Teo and Shakur?
Whoever God wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's that's a great fight for boxing. Because, it's a fight that's long, it's one of those fights that's been long overdue that people have been waiting for to be made. And
with the matchup now confirmed and excitement mounting, boxing experts from around the world have shared their insights. Jiren Ennis offered his take on the much-anticipated fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, providing a clear prediction and analysis. He expects Stevenson to control the fight, giving him a 9-3 advantage. Ennis credits this edge to Stevenson's mental discipline and accurate sense of distance, which enable him to dictate the pace and gradually nullify Lopez's offense.
Lopez, a guy that, you were in talks about fighting before you jumped to 54. What'd you think of that fight?
That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Two top guys fighting each other. I think Shakur gonna cook him. I ain't gonna lie. I think Shakur gonna cook him 9-3.
9-3?
Yeah.
Now, are you talking about is it competitive early or is it just?
It might be competitive early, but I think Shakur just gonna like start breaking him down mentally and stuff like that. I don't think T.O. mentally there sometimes.
What is it about Shakur that's difficult?
I just think with these guys, I think Shakur he knows his distance well, and I don't think the other guys can reach him or capitalize off.
He also points out that a stoppage is possible, highlighting boxing's unpredictable nature, meaning Lopez could be overpowered if Stevenson keeps up the pressure. This suggests Stevenson should concentrate on his strengths, stick to his style, and disregard outside opinions or criticism. By keeping his approach straightforward and following his game plan, Stevenson can achieve a decisive win while reducing unnecessary risks.
Same decision. Could a stoppage be on the table? Because you said frustrate him.
Yeah, for sure. A stoppage is always in the works. These guys fighting with ounces on no head gear. Anything can happen in boxing.
So what does Shakur have to do to be successful against a TL?
Just be himself. Be him. Don't listen to the crowd. Don't listen to these fans. Don't listen to these haters, these sand-doubters. Just be him. Do what he do best, and that's one.
Yeah. Is that a situation where you keep it simple, keep it boring?
Keep it simple and win. That's all. Get home safe to your family, bro. Keep it simple and just win.
Is this the kind of fight dudes like Shakur, dudes like Devin, Gervonta, y'all get a lot of criticism for it seems like performances, opponents, etc. Is this the performance or is this the fight that has shut up the naysayers?
For Shakur?
Yeah.
I would say yeah, but you're gonna always have them people in the background saying they're gonna try.
He also points out that a stoppage is possible, highlighting boxing's unpredictable nature, meaning Lopez could be overpowered if Stevenson keeps up the pressure. This suggests Stevenson should concentrate on his strengths, stick to his style, and disregard outside opinions or criticism. By keeping his approach straightforward and following his game plan, Stevenson can achieve a decisive win while reducing unnecessary risks.
We were at the gym the other day about the fight and stuff like that. He was like, man, he was talking about Tio, and he was like, man, Shakur's never fought nobody like Tio. He's never fought nobody that fast. He's never fought nobody that explosive, that powerful. And when Shakur gets hit, what's gonna happen? I just feel like Shakur is defensively, he's really, really good as a southpaw defensively, but Tio is nice too. Tio is a real nice fighter. I just say Shakur because I think that with Tio, bro, we just don't know what Tio gonna show up. Sometimes Tio is mentally, he does shine in big fights. That's one thing about Tio. With Josh Taylor, with Lomachenko, he shined in those big fights and stuff like that. But then sometimes he'll struggle. Of course, he lost against Kambosos. All this stuff was going on with Claggett. With Sandor Martin, and he got other people that he kind of struggled with, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that, but Shakur, I think that Shakur could break mentally. I think Shakur.
Regis Pragra also recognizes that there's a genuine chance Teofimo Lopez could score a knockout, particularly in the early rounds. Pragra notes that Lopez's physical strength and punching power make him a serious threat. If Teo lands a clean shot, his explosive strikes could turn the fight around and possibly stop Shakur before the final bell.
When you're not hitting nobody, you missing, they just tagging you or something, you could break them. But at the same time, yes, I think that Teo could potentially. He's sharp, he's fast, and he hits hard too. So it'll be a good fight. I just think that I don't know. I just think that's Shakur. It'll be shocked. I feel I'll be shocked. Where if Teo could beat Shakur, I'll be shocked, basically. Because I think Shakur is supposed to win.
Is Teo the type of, with his style, because he's got to be one of the most athletic fighters like in the world right now.
Yeah.
So is he the type of guy where it's just like, yeah, his athleticism, he'll throw some shit at you where you just do not see it coming. That's maybe the type of style where it's just like, Shakur's amazing defensively, but damn, maybe he didn't see this coming, didn't see that coming. His punch.
The ones that hurt you, the ones that knock you out. The ones you don't see coming is the ones that knock you out. So that's a possibility for sure. That's definitely a possibility.
Teofimo Lopez made it clear that his primary focus is defending his world title against Shakur Stevenson. He stresses that his aim isn't just to take part in the fight, but to retain his belts and further his legacy at 140 pounds. Lopez acknowledges Stevenson's skills as a fighter, but confidently believes in his own abilities, claiming to be the superior athlete. He notes that while fans and analysts may debate styles, strategies, or potential knockouts, his plan is to let his performance speak for itself on fight night. Lopez adds that trying too hard to force a knockout can be risky, so he prefers to let opportunities arise naturally while remaining disciplined and prepared.
Jitters, just like I said, man, focused, ready to do what I got to do, my assessment on my part Saturday night, and we will be victorious.
For the win of this fight, where do you think that takes him? Pound for pound, let's just in general with boxing fans.
It's up to you all. You guys got that power. For me, my power is just to do what I got to do on that night, Saturday night against Shakur Stevenson. And, keep my belts, retain my belts, defend my belts, and just keep it moving. Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Will it be Theo bring the pain Lopez night?
Yeah, we bringing the pain, man. Bring back the pain. So that's what we're doing, man. We bringing the pain. And
Lopez frames his showdown with Shakur as a fight of significant importance, on par with some of boxing's most memorable matchups. He recognizes the hype, media scrutiny, and fan expectations that accompany such a high-profile bout, aware that this moment could leave a lasting mark on his career and legacy. Despite this, Teo stresses the need to block out distractions and avoid getting swept up in outside opinions or narratives. His focus remains on the elements he can control rather than the surrounding noise. Ultimately, he sees this fight not just as a challenge, but as a chance to strengthen his reputation and further cement his place among the sport's elite.
About the magnitude of this fight, right? You're number one at 140, ring champ. He isn't the ring champ at 135. There isn't one right now, but he'd probably be considered the number one guy at 135. When you think about boxing history, I know you know your boxing history. What can you compare this fight to in terms of previous matchups, and what do you think it means for you guys in terms of the legacy you set going forward?
I think from the grand scale of it all, it can kind of be like a Loma situation, just now with the community, that's all. So I think that's all that plays with it, and really, my job really is just to cut off the noise and do what I got to do. And then seeing all that with what they're saying, and I mean, this is a big fight, man. It's a magnitude fight, and we're both prepared, so I can't wait to see what
Many critics claim that Shakur Stevenson's style can be predictable and not always engaging to watch. Some analysts describe his hit-and-move, defense-first approach as a repetitive punch-and-run pattern, particularly against pressure fighters, rather than mixing up his offense. Within the boxing community, his style has been called boring or too similar from fight to fight, with some suggesting it lacks the steady aggression and power that appeal to casual fans. This view focuses on the perception that Stevenson favors defense and point scoring over applying pressure and seeking knockouts, which can make his bouts feel less dynamic for certain observers.
He steps up at the big ones. So I am less inclined to be concerned about the version of Teofimo that's going to turn up on Saturday than I am with Shakur, because Shakur always fights the same way. Low output, brilliant. The art of the game is to hit and not get hit. Shakur Stevenson's the guy. If you're reading a textbook of how to do the hit and not get hit, he's the master of it, right? But does that always lend to a fantastic watch? No, it doesn't. I'm unsure, mate, if I'm honest right now. I don't want to put my flag in the sand and say this is going to be a barn burner, because I'm not convinced that it will be a barn burner. I think it's going to be really tight, really, like I said at the start of this, a thinking man's fight of which the odd mistake here and there is going to then point you in the direction of who wins it.
Who do you think will emerge victorious in this blockbuster matchup? Share your predictions and fight analysis in the comments below.